If your standard is marriage and commitment, then you probably need to spend time learning from people who have that standard, who have achieved at that standard. Like if I'm a basketball player and my standard is I want to win the NBA championship, I'm going to go hang out with Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant, LeBron James. I'm going to study them. I'm going to learn from them. I'm not going to learn from people who never did what I'm trying to do. So, what are you trying to accomplish? And again, the reason I say it's important to untether yourself from the mediocrity around you is because that's what a lot of us are cursed with. There's so much mediocrity intellectually, there's so much laziness, so much unhealthy behavior, so many bad choices. And I think also in America, what does occur is that there's almost like this addiction to victimization. I don't know if anybody else feels this way, but I almost feel like people enjoy being victims. They enjoy sitting around and being unconscious, letting horrible things happen, and then they get to become a victim, and that makes them somehow a hero. I'm not saying that you weren't a victim, but I'm saying like why would that be what we aim for? I don't want to be a victim. That should be the preference, right? So long story short, I think consciousness allows you to avoid victimhood. Like so, for example, there are a lot of economic victims right now in our economy. A lot of economic victims. If you look at young people, for example, under the age of 35, they are being body slammed by the economy. We've talked about this in class before. Young people are in an economy where the price of houses literally went up. Like the average price of a home is now $400,000. It was like 200,000 before the pandemic. Now it's like $400,000. Jobs are not paying what they used to pay. Your college degree is for some of us, the college degree is pretty much worthless. For some people, it's not worth what we thought it would be. Debt levels are very, very high. It's very hard to survive in this economy. And so what happens is that people will complain about it, and people will say, yeah, you're right, this is terrible. But then my thought is like, why don't we take this conversation full circle and say, how do we avoid becoming victims? What do you have to do? What's the solution? And there is a solution. We've talked about what the solution is. When it comes to your kids, you invest for them early so they have a capital base. When they get to a certain age, you teach them how to start a business so that their boss doesn't get to decide how much money they're going to make. They get to decide that. And you teach them the value of ownership over renting things like homes, right? If they do those three things, then they become an owner, they become a holder of stock, and they become a boss. Bosses who own stock in real estate are not the ones who are struggling in this society. They're not the economic victims of this culture. They're not. The boss is winning. The landlord is winning. The person who owns stock, they're really winning. Me and my wife own a few shares of NVIDIA. That was an easy $100,000 that we made just from sitting there and owning an asset. You understand? So think through these things. I think that would be a great consciousness exercise. And again, I would say that again, my personal opinion. So if I said something that's wrong or something that offends you or something that is not consistent with your values or something you don't agree with, I hope we can just forget all that, and still be friends. Okay. So I hope that that's okay. But I can just tell you that if I could think about anything that led to success in life for me, it would be the fact that I was naturally untethered to what other people were doing. And in fact, sometimes you grow up and you're awkward and you don't fit in. I didn't really fit in that well, and I was an introvert. I didn't fit in with white people because I'm not white. I didn't fit in with a lot of black people because I couldn't do stereotypical shit like dance and all that. I didn't, I didn't understand all those aspects of black culture. So I saw everything with a critical eye. I would say, I'm not doing it. That's stupid. Why would I do that? Or what's wrong with me speaking with good English? Like that doesn't make me white. It just means I want to enunciate my words, whatever, right? And so what happened was that because of that isolation, I was able to make decisions about which cultures I want to grab from to create the composite of whatever it means to be Boyce Watkins. So that's why if you go through the internet, you'll see that there are people who love me and I love you too. And then you're gonna see people that just hate my guts, think I'm uppity, that I'm full of crap and can't stand me. And that's okay too. I get it. I think I know where that's coming from because I'm not going to sign on to anything that's stupid. I'm not going to sign on to anything that doesn't make sense. I offended some of my friends that were in fraternities because I said, wait a minute. So you're telling me that you want me to pledge your fraternity? I'm supposed to give you all my money, which I ain't really got no money, but I'm supposed to give you all my money so that you can spend 6 weeks torturing me and waking me up in the middle of the night, ruining my GPA, causing me to be sleep deprived and funky and humiliating myself. And there's the reward is that I get to be your friend. I get to wear the same clothes as you. That doesn't make any sense. That does not compute. That's stupid to me. Again, but so when I say it that way, it obviously is offensive to people maybe who made a different choice. And I'm not trying to be offensive. I'm just trying to go through the process. And the other cool thing was my parents were the same way. My parents, the way they would talk to us about stuff is if we came to them and said, well, so and so down the street, his mama bought him the blah, blah, blah. My mother would be like, I don't care what they're doing down the street. My father's like, I don't give a damn what somebody else is doing over there. This is what we're doing up in here. This is what we're doing in town. And it takes a certain level of self-esteem to be able to do that. You have to have a certain level of confidence to say, I don't care if everybody else is going left. We're going right. Because it's okay to say that sometimes the whole world is wrong. It's okay to say that. So I want to give you the courage to do that. If the world seems wrong, if I seem wrong, if the person next to you seems wrong, then you don't follow wrong. You don't follow the crowd. Because in this society, Black people that follow the crowd do not tend to be successful. It'd be different if we were in a different culture where we have all this educational and economic excellence and wealth was just flying through the roof. Then maybe following the crowd can actually work. But unfortunately, we're in a stage still where following the crowd just simply turns you into another victim. And I don't want that for you. I want better things for you. So thank you for letting me over talk this point. I don't know if I overstayed my welcome, but I hope I made these points with the intention of being supportive of whatever it is you're trying to do. So I'm going to go ahead and finish up for now. So by the way, if you're not on the text list, make sure you get on the text list, and we're going to meet tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Eastern. Text the word morning to 87948. Text morning to 87948. And also, I will send you all, I don't know if you all got this or not, but there is a list of stocks you can buy for under $10. I'll text that out later on this afternoon. So make sure you're on the text list. You can get that. Text morning to 87948. So you'll get a lot of text messages from me. And if you don't want them anymore, if you don't click on any of the text messages, it'll automatically take you off the list. So hit the button if you want to stay on there. Second of all, later on this week, I will be reaching out to those of you that want to study stock options and stuff like that. We're going to do another meeting on the Prime program pretty soon. And last but not least, I told you all that I would give you all the link to apply to be speakers at the All Black National Convention. And I think I sent it out already, but I don't know if I did or not. I think I did. But either way, though, I'm gonna send it out again. So if you want to be a speaker, you want to apply, then we'll send out the link, and you guys will get top priority to speak at the convention. But we don't have that many slots, to be honest with you. So it's kind of a tight fit. But we will do our best to support you in whatever it is you're doing and to acknowledge your talent, because I know a lot of you are doing amazing things. Okay, so anyway, I'm out of here, guys. Have a great day. Thank you so much for listening, and I'll see you guys soon.